your new Toyota Starlet Cross. Own it.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. It's Mamelodi Sundowns 1, Kaizer Chiefs 0 in the Betway Premiership. It means Sundowns are 18 points ahead of Orlando Pirates, who are playing shortly. So we'll keep this video short, like any other video that we're shooting for this game, because there's another game playing immediately. Anticlimactic, underwhelming, you can put it that way, or you could see it as tactical, cancelling each other out. That's Kaizer Chiefs perhaps intending not to lose 4-0 or 4-1 like the last time these two teams met. Well, they did accomplish that in a sense that they were really not out of this game. Could have been a 1-1. You would have accepted it if it was 1-1. Really. Sundowns, maybe because of the schedule, or maybe because it was Kaizer Chiefs' genius, they didn't really do much in this game. Former Mamelodi Sundowns attacking midfielder, Tso Vilakazi, what did you make of the game, sir?
Mr. Kunjani
Mr. So-and-so?
Ngibulise wena, ngibulise Stizi.
Yes, sir, Chester?
Mr. Chucks and Chucks.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, my chairman.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lapana Lindo Mkwena.
Pep Guardiola.
Ngibulise nana emakhaya. Cela support njalo la iDiskiTV. Nzobe nje njalo akuchike futhi. Well done Kabuyelo. You know, in football, Mr. Nkewo, sometimes but you need to play like a champion, where you don't need to be nice sometimes, but you need to get those points. I think it was one of those games where it was not Sundowns that you normally watch week in, week out, but they managed to get that 3 points. And again, I would say, well done to Chiefs. You know, as much as we know that team, they will defend, but I think they played in a very nice manner that while they're defending, they managed to create chances. It was just a matter of them, you know, that last
Converting
touch.
in the final third.
Done.
Yeah.
Because they had decent chances.
So it would be fair to say that maybe a draw would have been fair for them.
Perfect, Mr. Geo, perfect, because they did create chances. And yeah, Mr. Geo, you know, with the Chiefs, Coach Nabi, he did analyze the game, and he saw ukuthi kufuneka i-flat spanner, and uthemaka bheke ebhenjini wabona ukuthi nama stars could drive kuphela.
I see what you're saying.
So now end up saying, oh well, what can I do?
Uzomele ngcenge ngalama
Ayikho lama ngiqhubeka ngama-star lawo enginawo because i-flat anginayo. And for
exactly where would he have needed the flat screw?
He needed up front. He needed up front, and also in the midfield. I think if he started Uplom, Nocele and make Ucele as a number 8, and then Uplom sit there, I think they were gonna have a decent game. And especially up front, I think Upumoga Morrison, I think Gumoshile, and that's why I'm saying when you look at his bench, that's where he saw good Agna is star in the flat. Then now he has to put Utipro Lapayan and mind do Tipro and then you're gonna put.
And you're not sure if he's 100%.
Yeah, man. It's unfortunately Coach Nabi has to work with his players day to day, trying to get and find solutions, and then give better results.
Do you compliment him for doing something that keeps him in the game, or in the idea of a framework? Whatever we're gonna do. Yes, of course, we criticize him in the derby that he was 11 men behind the ball.
Yes.
I think even today there was that mindset you go to 11 men behind the ball, but they also had a way. Long passes.
Look, Mr. Kewo, I think they did very well in this game. They did very well. I'm pleased that Sundowns. And I was saying now to the guys, why I will praise the Chiefs. Pound to pound, you can't compare my players to Sundowns.
It's not the same team.
Yeah. When you look at the upfront players, Shalulile, Renas, Ribeiro, you can't compare with the upfront Chiefs. You go to the midfielder, Adams, Mukwena, and then Udonduza Miyake. You can't compare. The defense, it's when you look at the whole team, you can't compare to them. But I like that with all what he's got, Coach Nabi, he managed to put them together to say, look, boys, we're going to fight against the best. And we need to do the right things. And unfortunately, some of the right things that he wanted them to do them, it was going to give them a goal, maybe 1 or 2, because they did create chances, but it didn't happen. So that's why I'm saying, well done to the Chiefs. You know, they fought. It's not easy to play against Sundowns. I mean, the past 2 weeks, they've been hammering people for. And then they came against Chiefs, and, you know, one mistake, boom. done. That's why I'm saying Sundowns, they played like champions. Champions will play like this.
Yeah, sometimes when you're not in the game,
Yeah.
you still keep yourself in the game as well. How much of the schedule do you think this has to do with Sundowns? Because we're building this game. The biggest game in this country is the Soweto Derby. You've played in that.
Yes.
You've scored so many goals in that. You know it's the biggest one.
Yes.
The second biggest games in this country are matches that involve Chiefs, Sundowns, Pirates, Sundowns.
Yes.
Except the Derby, it's anything involving Chiefs, Sundowns, Pirates, Sundowns.
Yeah.
So we build this game because it is what it is. It's big teams.
Yes.
All those three teams are big in their own right. Now, how much of that, and also the schedules for Sundowns as well, had to do with how poor Sundowns were today? They were not horrible,
Yes.
like a top 8 team, horrible, but they were not their usual standard Sundowns.
You know, Mr. Nkeo, in a game like this, there's two things in this. One, it could be Chiefs doing better in certain areas where they had to compromise Sundowns and frustrate the Sundowns in terms of how they should move, how should they play those beautiful balls. Because if you can remember in the game, Sundowns, they were playing those long
longer
balls
ball,
now.
yeah.
Of which is not the Sundowns that we know. The Sundowns is the build-up from the back midfield until the up front. But they played a different
And they were
game.
bypassing Ujaden.
Yes, and your
no,
Allende. Yes. So it tells you, Ngoguti, you know, maybe there was something good that the Chiefs were doing in that midfield to make sure that there's no space for Adams and Mr. Miyake in that midfield. Kele was sitting there. The only person that will get a bit of a space, half a space, was Ribeiro. Ribeiro was getting those half spaces
Because of
That's
his
why
intelligence.
It's very,
Because
very
he
smart.
leaves his own
He is
fullback
very
who's marking
smart.
him here and he comes inside the midfield.
And with that run, it's confusing everyone because it's confusing the defense. It's confusing also Ukele to say whether Ukele you drop more back to create more space in front of you, or you stay there, and then the defense when he follows me, he creates a space behind him. Then it. You know, Ribeiro, when you play against Ribeiro, you need to change also your system of marking. Because Ribeiro, he throws between the defenders and the defensive midfielder to get himself in that good space.
I'm asking so quickly the scheduling as well. Do you
Yeah.
look at Sundowns and say, I feel for them because of the scheduling, or do you have the expectation that I need your A game every match?
Look, as Sundowns coach, I'll be proud of these boys, Mr. Nkeo. They play Wednesday weekend. For them to handle that pressure of having all these 90 minutes against tough. It's not easy to play against Chiefs. It's not easy to play against Sundowns, TS Galaxy. It's not easy, Mr. Nkeo. And they've managed to work their asshole in the game all the time.
Sure.
For me, it's very tough. I feel for them. Yeah, but they help to soldier on. But I'm happy that with all the workload on them, the coach managed to find a good recovery for the players because they always come look a bit fresh.
There you go. 18-point gap. I'm very tempted to ask this part because we're about to watch Pirates now. It's 18 points. Asked Lelo the same question as well. It's about now how the number on the board is affecting Pirates and how they approach matches.
Mr. Nkeo, yazi Pirates iza njengonywabo lo. Yazi
Unyawo
unwabo.
lonwabo.
Maliza liza kancane. Bayamangala abantu bayawa nje kudu. Yes, that's Pirates for you. So yes, it's
But
it's not an easy thing.
the giant that they are fighting
Yeah.
keeps on putting those points in the bag. It keeps on putting, like it's eventually one day. And I like what Pirates is doing is that in the last 3 weeks they've been like, if they play against they play after Sundowns,
Yes.
they do get those points.
Yeah.
They do get those points. But I have this suspicion that in one of these matches we're gonna watch, because of that gap, it may well be that the one day where unfortunately because it just becomes too overwhelming.
When you playing against the champions, because they're playing against Sundowns. Sundowns are 18 points, so they have to be more than champions as they play their own games. Because if they will miss one game, it's over.
All right, there you go. Thank you very much, Mr. So-and-so. Orlando Pirates and Maromo Collins. We heading off to watch that one. That was Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs. Anticlimactic, you could say. Kwenzeke into bese ngakhange siyilindele into yoba umdlalo ungabi ngumdlalo ophocukileyo kuyaphi, kodwa ke bayafuna uqhotyela izandla abantu ebebelindeleke into yoba mhlawumbi bebenobethwa kulo mdlalo bazifake emdlalweni kangangento yoba bekufanele uba balifumene inqaku ibe le nqaku linye ntanganye macala, kodwa ke i-Sundowns iphumeleleyo amanqaku amathathu. Loo nto ke ithetha into yoba ke ngoku bayawuvula umsantsa phakathi kwabo ne-Orlando Pirates ngamanqaku asondeleyo ngokumashumi 20. iDiskiTV, Diski Times was suspecting. For breaking news, go to iDiskiTimes.co.za.
Shapunjan bafowethu igama lami uLindo Pep, the best analyst in the country. Please don't forget to subscribe to iDiskiTV. Danko.
This is Bongane Benedict Vilakazi, they call me Tso. Niyazi bafethu, Amakhosi for life, they are back in winning ways. Please, siyacela ukuthi subscribe iDiskiTV.